Welcome back to the Chiefs Uncovered on the Undroppables Network. In this episode, we dive into the latest developments surrounding our Kansas City Chiefs, including the fallout of Patrick Mahomes' ankle injury and the impact it could have on their playoff hopes. Grindberg here, and I'll be breaking down the Chiefs' dominant win over the Cleveland Browns, update you on Mahomes' status, and discuss the highly anticipated Week 16 matchup against the Houston Texans. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on all things Chiefs. So let's get this party started. Chiefs Kingdom cruised to a dominant 21-7 victory over the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, thanks in large part to a sensational 6-turnover performance by their defense. This was the Chiefs' most takeaways in a single game since 2016, with the defense securing 4 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a muffed punt recovery. The Chiefs' offense also capitalized on those opportunities, scoring 3 touchdowns, including 2 from Mahomes and a big run from Xavier Worthy. Head coach Andy Reid praised the all-around effort. Everybody got a little piece of the pie, if you will. So the Chiefs defense wasted no time in making an impact, forcing a turnover on the Browns' first possession. Cornerback Chris Roland Wallace knocked the ball free from Cleveland's James Proche on a punt return, with Samaje Perine pouncing on the loose ball. Just 3 plays later, Mahomes connected with Juju Smith-Schuster on a 7-yard touchdown, giving the Chiefs a 7-0 lead with 12:12 left in the first quarter. Kansas City struck again in the second quarter after a 14-play, 87-yard drive where Mahomes found tight end Noah Gray for a 6-yard touchdown pass. And before the half, the Chiefs went up 14-0, and their defense continued to stifle Cleveland, pitching a first half shutout for the second consecutive week. The Browns were able to convert on their offensive possessions, and the Chiefs controlled the tempo. The second half began with another Chiefs takeaway, just 1 play into the third quarter, where Nick Bolton intercepted a pass from Browns quarterback Jameis Winston on a throw intended for Jerome Ford. The Chiefs quickly turned that turnover into a touchdown, with a Worthy racing for a 21-yard touchdown score to extend the lead to 21-0. That would put the final points on the board for the Chiefs, but the defense held firm, allowing Cleveland for few opportunities to get back in the game. They did, however, attempt a late round comeback here, cutting the deficit to 21-7 with a 62-yard run from Jerome Ford. However, the Chiefs defense wasn't allowed to slip up anyway. They forced 2 punts, 2 interceptions on the Browns' final 4 possessions, ensuring the lead remained secure. The first of those 4 quarter picks came from second-year cornerback Trent McDuffie, who intercepted Winston in the end zone, halting a promising Cleveland drive. McDuffie described the pick as a huge momentum shifter, and he was right to do so, because it gave the Chiefs that nail in the coffin type stuff here. Despite the solid performance, the Chiefs had to contend with some injuries. Mahomes had already absorbed several hits throughout the game. That offensive line has been Swiss cheese the last couple of games. He suffered an ankle injury in the fourth quarter after being tackled by Dalvin Tomlinson. He limped off the field, and Carson Wentz replaced him in the game in the final 5 minutes. Andy Reid confirmed the injury wasn't a broken ankle, but moving forward, his status is uncertain, and we'll get a little bit further into that in our next segment. Next up, the Chiefs will host the Houston Texans on December 21st. Before visiting Pittsburgh on Christmas Day. With this win, the Chiefs moved to 13-1 on the season and kept their spot atop of the AFC playoff race, a crucial victory as they look to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Now, We talked a little bit about the Mahomes injury. He left Sunday's game over the Browns, suffering that ankle injury, while the Chiefs celebrated their 13th win of the season, giving them the best record in the NFL. Mahomes was forced to leave the game following a hit from Browns defensive defender Dalvin Tomlinson and Mike Hall. Before exiting, Mahomes had thrown 159 yards and 2 touchdowns despite spacing heavy pressure as he was hit 21 times during the game. Testing done shortly after the game confirmed Mahomes had suffered a mild high ankle sprain. Though the Chiefs don't believe the injury is severe, he is currently listed as week to week, and the team will continue to evaluate him as the matchup against the Texans approaches. His status is unclear, and the Chiefs are closely monitoring his recovery, with the Chiefs playing a demanding 3 games in 11 days, including a Christmas Day against the Steelers. This is going to be a tough one for not only myself, but all of our Chiefs kingdom here. Now, so far this season, he's been one of the league's top performers, passing for 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Despite this injury, the Chiefs are optimistic about the Mahomes will be ready for the upcoming games, but we got to monitor his status closely. If Mahomes is unable to play against the Texans, backup plans may be necessary, and Carson Wentz is going to come in and do his best to manage the clock and rely on our already stout defense to take a victory here. The Chiefs realistically need one more win to secure that AFC championship, and they are looking to do that this weekend here. So Hollywood Brown, the wide receiver, signed a 1-year deal in the offseason. He's been sidelined all season after suffering a sternoclavicular joint dislocation during the preseason opener. The injury, which required surgery, was expected to keep Brown out until at least January, leaving his debut for the Chiefs in doubt. However, after months of rehab, the Chiefs have opened Brown's practice window, allowing him to participate in limited practice sessions heading into Week 15. With his recovery progressing, Brown is on track to make his season debut in Week 16 against the Texans. If he and when returns to action, he will join a Chiefs offense that has been effective but lacks some explosive playmaking, especially in that we've seen in recent seasons. At 13-1 and already the AFC title in hand, potentially, the Chiefs have relied on strong defense and close games. They have not hit at the 30-point threshold yet this year. Adding Brown, a receiver with potential to stretch the field and create big plays, could provide a much needed spark as the Chiefs head into the postseason. Now, he could return some potential game-changing plays. Timing and reintroduction will be key. His chemistry with Mahomes and potentially Wentz is still uncertain, and the two haven't proved together yet that they've been able to do anything because of the injury. So, given the limited time left in the regular season and the potential playoff run, we will want to monitor Brown's status closely. If he gets back to full house and can adjust quickly, he could become an important asset for the Chiefs down the stretch, especially if the Chiefs look to add more firepower to the offense this offseason. So let's go Hollywood Brown back in action. Now, let's get into that Week 16 primer here, folks. We are ready to get into the Chiefs and the Texans on Saturday. It's a Saturday game, crucial Week 16 matchup held at Arrowhead. Originally opening at 4-point favorites, the Chiefs line has shifted dramatically, with the Texans now favored by 2.5 points. This change comes after star quarterback Patrick Mahomes suffered that high ankle sprain, leaving his status uncertain for this upcoming game. The Chiefs have been dominant in recent years. Their struggles against the spread at home this season, where they are just 2-5 at Arrowhead, make this game more intriguing for bettors. The Texans, while not stellar on the road with a 3-1 record, are now seen as a safer bet given Mahomes' injury and the uncertainty surrounding his availability. for Kansas City, securing the top seed in the AFC remains a key priority. And at 13-1, they are in control of their own destiny. A win over the Texans would not only clinch them closer to that home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but will also allow them to bounce back from a tough stretch where their offense has not seen an explosive play in the last couple of weeks. With Mahomes' injury leaving a cloud of uncertainty, the Chiefs' offense is averaging over 28 points per game. Under 28 points per game. So they will likely rely on their defense and special teams in a close game if Mahomes is unable to play. Backup quarterback Carson Wentz, who would be tasked with leading the team, could change the dynamics of the game significantly. Meanwhile, the Texans are looking to build on their surprising success from last season and push a deeper playoff run. Not looking very successful here. They are, a team that a lot of these teams on the outside of their division are looking at, salvating to play. A win against the Chiefs would not only boost their confidence, but also potentially help them secure a favorable playoff seeding. With the AFC playoff picture tightening up, this game is crucial for Houston, especially as they look to make a statement against one of the league's elite teams. Quarterback CJ Stroud and the Texans offense, which has been a bit inconsistent this season, will need to take advantage of a weakened Chiefs team if they hope to leave Arrowhead with a win. Ultimately, it's a game that's must watch for both teams, with playoff implications for the Chiefs and a potential season-defining victory for the Texans. If Mahomes plays, the Chiefs will remain the favorites. If he's sidelined, Houston's odds improve and they could seize an opportunity to pull off an upset on the road. Fans and bettors alike will be watching this injury updates closely as the game approaches, and with the Chiefs' dominance at home being a factor, this Week 16 showdown could end up being a thrilling contest with major playoff implications. So let's go, Chiefs Kingdom. I should be back next week with a game recap. So thanks for tuning in to the Chiefs Uncovered on the Undroppables Network. I'm Grindberg, and I hope you've enjoyed today's breakdown of the Chiefs' latest news on the road ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your fellow Chiefs Kingdom members. Stay tuned for more in-depth analysis and updates as we get closer to the postseason. As always, we appreciate your support, folks. Remember, check up all our links on the Undroppables Network. You can catch us on X. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us on YouTube. And be sure to like and subscribe to all our stuff. We are bringing the heat. The Uncovered series is up to 14 teams, so let's keep it rolling. Now, Chiefs Kingdom, appreciate everybody tuning in to the show. We're, headed into the final stretch here, so let's go, Chiefs Kingdom. Let's hope you win, and let's bring that AFC championship back to Kansas City. Let's get home field advantage because we're gonna have our hands full if Josh Allen and the Bills come into town come playoff time. So let's go, Chiefs Kingdom. Hope you win. Keep it real. Peace.